Hello everyone, welcome to Indian Society lecture series of Vysh's YouTube channel, and we are in the episode 9 of Indian Society lectures. We have completed 8 episodes. If you have not seen them, check out them in the playlist of Indian Society of Vysh's YouTube channel. So, a small announcement before starting today's video. That is, these series and all other free series which are present, which are going on in the Vysh IAS YouTube channel, are part of the paid courses of Vysh IAS. So if you're not giving the proper feedback here on YouTube channel, we will only provide it to the future paid courses students. So considering this, give a proper feedback by like, share, subscribing to this channel if you are not a subscriber, and give a proper comment feedback. So considering this, let's start today's video. So let's do a small recap of what we have learned in the last class. In the last class, we have started the topic called communalism. So I have told you a small introduction about communalism, then the definition of the communalism, different elements of the communalism like mild, moderate and extreme, and the features of the communalism, and the factors responsible for the communalism in India, and also in the factors we have learned different factors of political, social, historical, etc. And then we are done with the past class. We are in the episode 9 now. Let's start today's video. So the first topic which we are going to learn in today's video is the evolution of communism in India. First, let's go to the pre-independence phase. In the pre-independence phase, we can divide the pre-independence form of communism into two types, the liberal phase and the extremist phase. So let's learn the liberal phase first. So we can say the communalism can be called as a legacy left by Britishers in India, because in the post 1857 revolt, Britishers actually preferred Hindus over Muslims in the employment, education and all. As a result, there were inequalities that started developing between the Hindus and Muslims, because Hindus were given preferences in the employment and education terms, because of which socio-economic development of Hindus were higher than the socio-economic developments of Muslims, because of which there is a difference that evolved between the Hindus and Muslims. As a result, a Muslim ruler, that is the Syed Ahmed Khan, he is a Muslim leader. He started he found Aligarh University. It was actually found because to fight this bias. This bias is nothing but this inequalities which started developing because of the preference of Britishers over Hindus than Muslims. Okay. He also started various scientific societies in the year 1860s. But in whatever scientific societies this Syed Muhammad Khan has found, both Muslims and Hindus used to participate. He opposed the national movement by Indian National Congress, because he called INC, that is Indian National Congress, as a pro-Hindu party. The majority of the persons present in the Hindu National Congress are the Hindus. So he has opposed the national movement that is initiated by the Indian National Congress people. So the next one we can say the next is the Bengal Partition movement, that is in the year 1905. Here Britishers actually took the help of Muslims in order to partition the Bengal in the communal lines. So he want to partition the Britishers want to partition the Bengal into Hindus and Muslims on the basis of the communal lines. So this has actually increased the communal violence in the India. In the year 1909, separate communal electorates was introduced to Muslims by Britishers, and Morlow Minto reforms have took place. And Muslim League actually formed in the year 1906 by Agha Khan and Nawab Moshe Mulk. They actually were being motivated by the Ahmed Khan, who found the Aligarh University, because of his empowerment. Like, he started empowering the Muslim people that we are not getting proper treatment in the India because of the communal lines of the Britishers. So we need to start forming the new political party. So because of which Muslim League has actually formed. and the Muslims started participating in several movements like Wahhabi movements, Tanzim movements, Taghlik movements. These are actually against the Hindu ideologies. And even Hindus have certain kind of communalism. So we can see Hindu form of communalism in cow slaughtering, Shuddhi movement and all. And Hindu started Punjab Hindu Sabha, All India Hindu Mahasabha, and RSS. And language differences started prevailing. Like Hindi is the language preferred by Hindus, and Urdu is the language preferred by Muslims. So there started the language differences too. So revivalist movement was also a movement initiated by Hindus against the Muslims. So several leaders of this period, that liberal phase, are the Lala Lajpat Rai, Jinnah, Syed Ahmed Khan, Madan Mohan Malaviya, etc. So now let's learn the extremist phase and how extremist phase has actually led to the communalism in India. In the extremist phase, you can see the two nation theory proposed by Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So Jinnah started proposing the two nation theory in order to divide India on the communalistic lines, that is the religioustic lines, so that separate state will be formed, that is Pakistan for only Muslims. So he proposed this theory, started the politics of fear. So this in this phase, people initiated the politics of fear. In this phase, we have seen the extremist form, like extreme form of communalism. They were psychologically paralyzed. There is a large form of irrationality, illogicalness, and all. So aggressive movements have started by urban lower middle class groups. So these are the things which happened in the extremist phase. Okay, so what can be the consequences that have caused by communalism in the pre-independence India is we can see the Calcutta killings. Thousands have actually died in the communalistic violence that took place in Calcutta. Thousands died in span of 5 days. And partition also has resulted in the creation of the new state, that is Pakistan. And we can see the killing of Gandhi by the Hindu fanatic. So this is also a consequence because of the communalism in India before independence. So we can see the killings of people, that is Hindus in Bengal and Muslims in Bihar. There are many people who were killed and they were displaced also. Okay, these are the consequences that we have seen because of the communalism in pre-independence India. And now let's see the reasons of existing of communalism in the post-independence India. So in spite of after the partition, in spite of having many such much control over Indian land by the Indians, why even the communalism existed in the post-independence India period is the basic question. So it existed because of the slow development of the economy. So, and we can see the regional imbalances. One region is highly developed and one region is low developed. Because of the regional imbalances also, communalism has actually rose. And because of the relative deprivation and inability to provide the proper food to the people, also created the communalism and communal violence. And because of the political mobilization, actually without reducing the communal violence, it further consolidated the communalism sentiments in India. This political mobilization is one of the reason. So we can see the improper cultural synthesis has resulted into communism in the post-independence period. These are the several reasons why actually communism is still existing in India after the independence. So we can see the different riots, different communal violence activities that have actually took place in the post-independence period in India. The first one, we can see the Sikh Riots. So I will briefly explain you the Sikh Riots now. We can say in the Sikh Riots, after the killing of the Indira Gandhi by the Sikh people, what happened is several mobs of Hindus, several mobs of Muslims started attacking the Sikhs of Punjab, because of which there are many Sikhs who were actually died in this particular period. So these are the Sikh riots on the basis of the religion. Even Indira Gandhi in the Operation Blue Star attacked the Sikhs. So this is also one of the communalistic movements initiated by the political leader. So Indira Gandhi died also because of the Sikhs. So because of the communal violence. And we can see the Khalistan movement, formation of new state called Khalistan is what is demanded on the religious basis. So next we can see the issue of the Kashmiri Pandit. So what happened in Kashmir Valley? See, from several centuries, both Hindus and Muslims were living with large, strong kind of harmony in the Kashmir Valley since centuries, since their ancestries. But because of the increase of the communalism, because of the differences between the Hindus and Muslims, Muslims started being treating Hindus as enemies. Because they are treating them as enemies, they started exploiting the pandits, and they were started killing the pandits of the Kashmir, and they displaced them from the Kashmir Valley to the other regions of India. So this is one of the issue that is very violent issue in the Kashmir, that we can say. And the next one is the Babri Masjid incidents. Babri Masjid incidents is because of the Hindu sevaks. There are several Hindu sevaks on one fine day went and demolished the Babri Masjid. So when they demolished Babri Masjid, they were questioned why they have demolished. They have answered that actually Babri Masjid place, the place where the Babri Masjid is situated in Uttar Pradesh, is the place where Ram Janmabhoomi, it is a Ram Janmabhoomi, where the birthplace of Ram has actually took place, because of which Babri Masjid was demolished. But Muslims did not kept silent. They started attacking the Hindus, and Hindus started attacking the Muslims in reverse, because of which there were many communal tensions even now we have took place. In the recent judgment of the Supreme Court, we have seen that Supreme Court gave the permission to construct the Ayodhya in that particular place. Okay. So even the Babri Masjid incidents, because of the Babri Masjid incident that took place long ago, even now we can see some communal violence between the Hindus and Muslims which is taking place. Okay. The next one is the Godra Riots. We can say the Godra Riots is also a because of the it is also a consequence because of the Babri Masjid incidents. So after the Babri Masjid incidents in Gujarat, 4 coaches of Sabarmati Express were kept on fire by Muslims, in which in these coaches most of them are the Hindu pilgrims. Actually, they went to Ayodhya and they have took some holy pujas in the Ayodhya, where the Babri Masjid was actually demolished, and they were returning to Gujarat, that is the in the Sabarmati Express. So the 4 coaches of this Sabarmati Express were kept on fire by the Muslims of the Gujarat. After this incident, when several Hindu pilgrims were died in this fire incident that took place in Gujarat, because of which several Hindus started attacking the Muslims of Gujarat, and they started displacing the Muslims from Gujarat to several other places. They started throwing out the Muslims from the Gujarat area. So these are the Godra riots. Okay. Next one is the Assam violence. We can say the Assam violence is one such an incident which started communalism in the northeast region. So, why Assam violence has took place? Because Assam has Bodo people, and they have also the Bengali Muslim people. So there is some kind of conflict between them, because of the competition over the livelihood, and because of the competition over the resources of that region. Resources are limited in that region, but outsiders like Bengali Muslims started occupying the Bodo land, that is the Assam region, and they started using the resources of the Assam people, because of which there is a attack, like there is a conflict between them. One fine day what happened is this Bengali Muslims have started attacking the Bodos, and in which the two Hindus who had died, two Bodos actually died, because of which Bodos in return started attacking the Bengali Muslims, and they have thrown out the Bengali Muslims from this particular place called Assam, which has further increased. The actual reason is different, but it increased the communal violence in that particular area, because there were two communities, one is Bodos and one is the Bengali Muslims. The actual reason of the violence has been the another incident, but it led to the communalistic riots. Okay. And the next one is the Muzaffarnagar riots. So these were the recent incident that took place in the year 2013 in Uttar Pradesh. We can call it as one such a violent and brutalistic incidents in the Uttar Pradesh. So in the Muzaffarnagar riots, there is a clash between the Muslims and Hindus, and many Hindus and many Muslims were killed in this particular riots, and women were raped, they were killed, they were displaced. So this is one such a brutal, one such a worst form of incident that took place in India, Muzaffarnagar riots of 2013. And the last one is the Delhi riots. Delhi riots is one of the recent incident that took place in the year 2020. So, in the year 2020, what happened is several Hindu mobs started attacking the Muslim people. They started demolishing, they started destruction of the properties of Muslims, and several Muslims were killed. 53% of the people killed were almost the Muslim, and the mobs were almost the Hindus. So, Delhi riots also resulted into several deaths and several displacements in the of the Muslims in Delhi. So these are some of the incidents in the post-independence India, and we'll be also reading some of the recent issues regarding the communalism in India, and we'll also be seeing some of the solution to control the communalism in India in the next class. So that is it for today's class. And if you want to become a part of the Vysh IAS test series, which is highest qualitative in nature, where thousands of people are getting benefit because of it, if you want to become a part of that paid course of test series, you can just WhatsApp to this number, that is 7200681675, and inquire about how to join the test series. You will get all the information regarding that. Okay. Okay, that is it for today's class, and let's meet in the next class in the next episode. Until then, take care. Bye bye.